Happy Saturday morning, September 26th, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday morning, so let's get started. First up, we begin with your COVID-19 updates. State reports 44 new COVID-19 cases. 10th day with no new deaths. New Hampshire health officials announced 44 new COVID-19 cases on Friday and 2 new hospitalizations, but no new deaths were reported. It's the 10th day in a row that there have been no COVID-19 deaths in the state. And now let's take a look at the COVID-19 in New Hampshire, important information and latest data. And here is a look at that information for all of you. There are 8,085 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 7,030,887 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 438 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 734 number of people have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 203,615 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Let's take a look at this current map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester 39. And let's take a look at this total map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester 2038. And now let's take a look at this chart here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalizations. And in the red are the deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases. And in the orange, current hospitalizations. And let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple. Total positive COVID-19 cases. In orange, total hospitalizations, red, deaths, and blue recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, difficult breathing, chills, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Jaffrey man. Woman plead not guilty in connection with killing of Keene man. Both ordered detained without bail. Let's take a listen to that video from WR News 9.
We need a new roof, but if we can't afford it, our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
30-year-old Armando Barron is charged with capital murder for allegedly kidnapping and then shooting 25-year-old Jonathan Amirault in the head. His wife, Brittany Barron, also faces 3 charges of falsifying physical evidence associated with the crime.
After driving Jonathan's body nearly 200 miles north of the crime scene in Jonathan's own car, deep into the North Woods, the defendant decapitated Jonathan, wrapped his head in a tarp, and placed it in a grave.
Court records say this may have been sparked when Armando Barron discovered an affair that court paperwork said was going on between his wife and Emerald. But defense lawyers say anything Brittany Barron did in relation to the crime was under orders from her husband and out of fear for her life.
Armando beat her severely and threatened her. He put a gun in her mouth, an obvious threat to kill her. He applied enough force to her neck to make it difficult for her to breathe to the point that she passed out.
Brittany Barron's lawyer said she also cooperated with authorities to the point that she helped solve the crime. But prosecutors say she only helped after she knew she had been caught.
Had this defendant successfully destroyed that evidence, her husband, the alleged murderer, may very well have evaded detection and or apprehension.
Both Brittany and Armando Barron are being held without bail. If convicted of capital murder, Armando could spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And a reminder, a story that we brought you yesterday in our broadcast last night. The governor bans kindling of fires, smoking in or near woodlands. Ban put in place during drought, which is considered extreme in parts of the state of New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Hey, Paul here, owner of Century Roofing. I personally wish to thank the thousands of our customers for supporting our team. At Century, our team continues to grow.
Governor has just issued a ban on open fires or smoking in or near any of New Hampshire's forests. That's because of the high fire danger out there and, of course, the ongoing drought. Kevin's here with temperatures that are beautiful right now, but we need some rain, right?
Yeah, well, there is no official red flag warning posted for today because the winds aren't high enough to allow anything that does develop to spread quickly. We are still very dry across the area in severe to extreme drought, and we could use some rainfall across the area. These conditions aren't going anywhere, so if you're outdoors this weekend, obviously take a lot of extra care.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. We need the rain. Protesters gather at New Hampshire Supreme Court demanding justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Fairs may be canceled, but Mainly Tubs' huge annual fair sale is back and bigger than ever, with hundreds of hot tubs in stock and
a peaceful march starting at the state's high court in Concord as a crowd demanded justice for Breonna Taylor, the Louisville woman who was fatally shot by police officers in her Kentucky apartment 6 months ago.
Just kind of have solidarity, to mourn, to grieve, but also to support each other as a community.
Protesters have taken to the streets nationwide this week after a grand jury decided that no officers would be charged directly with Breonna's death.
None of us were surprised, given that this is how the system was set up. It was not meant to serve Black individuals, women, LGBTQ plus people, etc.
The event was organized by several of the local Black Lives Matter groups, and the message they wanted to convey Friday night is that Breonna Taylor's life mattered.
We're sick and tired of watching a system that is unjust and is not built for us. And we demand that this system change and recognize that our lives have value.
It starts with small pockets of people that are concerned citizens talking about it.
Demonstrators want substantial change in the criminal justice system and society in general. They're pleading with Americans to get involved and to vote this November.
We need people to be concerned, and that's what this kind of thing does. It raises awareness to an issue that happens everywhere, including here.
In Concord, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us for this Saturday morning. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Bye, everyone.